Welcome back, students. Hope you all are very well and fine. And we all know that we are going through a very tough time now. It's a pandemic situation outside. So taking utmost care of yourself as well as your family is the most important need of this hour. As well as you have to continue your studies very properly at the same time. So it's very important to take care of yourself, your family, as well as to continue your studies in a very smooth and in a very proper manner. So this is the most important thing right now. I hope that you all are very good and you all are continuing your studies very nicely. Okay. So today, students, we are going to start the new chapter. The name of the chapter is Factorization of the Algebraic Polynomials. It's a very big chapter and we will be here dealing with the different kinds of polynomials and different kinds of process through which we can factorize all those polynomials. So different methods are there. Depending upon those methods, different exercises are there, so that you are acquainted with all those kinds of methods by practicing very properly. Okay. So students, before going to the depth of this chapter, I will be explaining you the chapter with few good examples, with lump sum amount of examples, so that you understand very nicely. But before that, we need to understand what is the meaning of factorization. When we multiply two numbers or three numbers, we get a product. Okay, when we multiply any two number or three numbers, the multiplication of those three numbers give us a product. So we can say that those numbers are the factors of the product. For example, if I take 2 into 5 into 3, that means equals to how much it is? 30. So we can say that 2, 5 and 3, these are the factors of 30. We can say this. So from here the concept of factorization comes. Okay. So if you multiply all these factors, you will get the number, resultant number. So these numbers are the factors of 30 in such a way that if you multiply all these numbers, you will get the number. Now in place of this number, if I take a polynomial, suppose a into x plus y. Okay. If I take a polynomial, suppose this is a polynomial, obviously a into x plus y. So now you can see that there are two terms here. One is a and the other is x plus y. Okay. If I multiply these two if I multiply these two things, I will be getting this one. So we can say that a and x plus y are the factors of a into x plus y. Okay. So whenever you are expressing the polynomial, with respect to its different factors, with respect to the product of its different factors, and all those factors should be completely in reducible form. Okay, all those factors should be completely reducible form. Then we say that polynomial has been factorized. Suppose if I say you 2x into 5 plus 10y, just pay your attention here very nicely. So you can say that here you can say that 2 is a factor, okay, x is a factor, and 5 plus 10y is also a factor. But see, this 5 plus 10y is not in a completely reducible form. I can express this 5 plus 10y as, if I take 5 common, it will be 1 plus 2y, 5 into 1 plus 2y. Now you can say that this is completely reducible form. So I can write this I can write as 2x into 5 into 1 plus 2y. Okay, that means what are the different factors? The different factors are 2, then 5, then x and 1 plus 2y. These are the factors. Or you can write this as 10x into 1 plus 2y. So the complete answer of this question will be this one. Okay, 2x into 5 plus 10y will give you 10x into 1 plus 2y. So you can say that this is not the completely factorized form. This is the factorized form. Why? Because this 5 plus 10y is not in completely reducible form. So one thing you have to keep in your mind, that you have to express the given polynomial with as a product of its different factors, and all those factors should be completely in reducible form. Okay, that means a polynomial can be expressed as a product of many different polynomials. A big polynomial can be expressed as a product of many polynomials, but each polynomial should be in reducible form. that you have to take care of. So that is the main concept of factorization. There are many methods by which you can factorize the different polynomials. Depending upon the methods, there are different exercises. So students, in this explanation video, we are going to cover 3 exercises, and all those 3 exercises are basically dependent upon some common concepts. Okay, so we have to understand those concepts very properly, so that you can solve the other questions of the exercises very easily. Now students, let us start with our first exercise. Okay students, I have selected 3 questions here from the first exercise, 3 important questions which I think if I discuss here in this video, it will be better, it will be easier for you to solve the other questions. Okay, so you can see here, first you have to know this first exercise is dependent upon which basic concept. This exercise is dependent upon the main concept that we will be getting a monomial as a common factor among different terms. Now you know very nicely that is what is monomial. Monomial has only one term. Okay, so in these all 3 questions you will get only monomial as your factor, as your common factor, which you have to take it out. Okay, and then you have to factorize. So let us start. The first question you can see here, it is 12u minus 20uv. When you will be factorizing, first you have to see, and first you have to determine which is the maximum number, and along with maximum number, which one is the maximum variable which you can take as a common there. You can see 12u minus 20uv. Among this 12 and 20, which I can take 2 common, but I can take 4 common also. So I will be selecting the maximum one. Okay, so maximum what I can take common here from 12 and 20, 4 I can take common here. I can take 2 also, but I will be selecting the maximum one. And here in this term it has u, and here it has uv. So both the terms have u, same u as a common variable. So I will take u also. Then I will give the first bracket. Now you just see, if I have taken 4u outside, here it is 12u. So what I will be writing here? 3. Why? Because if 4u into 3 if you do, you will get 12u. And then which sign is here? Minus. I will write here minus. And then 20 is here. I have taken already 4 outside. So I will write here 5. As because 4 into 5 will give you 20, and u is already outside, so only remains is, whatever remains is v. You can cross check. You can cross check the previous step whether you get or not. In that way you can check whether your answer is correct or not. Like you can see here, 4 into 3, 12 u. Then minus 4 into 5, 20, and then u into v is uv. So this is your final answer. You must make sure that the bracket whichever you are getting should not contain any further common factor. By chance if you have done something mistake and the bracket contains some more common factors, then you have to take that common factor outside the bracket again in the next step. But you can see here, among these 3 minus 5v, nothing is common. So this is my final answer. Okay, so this exercise is depending upon taking the monomial as a common factor. You can see 4u I have taken outside, and 4u is the monomial, as because it is the single term. Okay, move on to the next question. You can see here, see the numbers are 15, 20, 35. What do you think? What is the maximum common factor here? The maximum common factor is between 15, 20, 35 is 5. Okay, it is 5. And then you see it is y square, y cube, y square. So maximum what I can take common? I have to take common something like which is there among all the terms. Common factor whichever you are taking should be present in all the terms. Then only you can take it as a common. As the name suggests, it is common. So you have to take the something which is present in all the terms. Okay, so you can see it's y square, y cube, y square. So definitely I have to take y square. So y square will come outside, and here you can see z cube, z to the power 4, z square. So the maximum common which I can take from this all 3 terms is z square. Because if I take, suppose if I take z cube, then from z cube I will get from here. I will get from here also, but z cube I cannot get here, as because z square is less than z cube. So I have to take something which is there in all the terms. So z square I will take. So what remains here? From 15, if I have taken 5, 3 remains, y square, and y square is completely taken outside, so nothing remains in y. And z cube, z square, that means out of 3z, 2z I have taken, that means only a single z remains here. Next, minus, as because minus sign is there. 5 into how much? 20, it is 4, so I will write here 4. y cube is here and y square I have taken, so only y remains here. Okay, and z to the power 4 is here and z square I have taken here. So what remains here? It remains z square. Then plus is there, so I'll take it plus 35 divided by 5. You have to just divide this one. If you feel it, if you cannot understand just by seeing, then use the logic of division here. You can use the logic. 35 divided by 5 will give you 7. As because 5 into 7 is 35. In this way also you can check it. Then y square is here and y square is here. I have taken complete common. So nothing y remains here. Out of z square is also taken. So nothing remains. Now you just have to cross check. See, 5 3s are 15. Y square, z square into z, z cube. Then 5 into 4, 20. Y square into y, y cube. Z square into z square, z to the power 4. And minus is also there. Then 5 into 7, 35. Y square into y square is nothing here. So y square z square is y square z square here also. So this is your answer. And this bracket you have to see once again that whether anything can be taken common factor again or not. You can see it's completely in reducible form. This bracket part is completely in reducible form. You cannot take any more monomial as common. So this is your answer. Again I will like to say that this is a monomial and so you are getting a monomial as a factor from all the terms. That is why I am saying that this exercise is dependent upon the concept of taking monomial as a factor. Okay. Now let us move on to the next question. The same concept will be applying here also. You can see 14 is there, 42 is here, 70 is here. So what is the maximum number you can take? You can see we can take 2 as a common factor and then we can take 7 also as a common factor because 7 2s are 14, 7 6 are 42, 7 10s are 70. But we will not take 2, neither we will take 7. What we will take? We will take 14. You can think like why 14? Because you can see 14 ones are 14, 14 3s are 42, 14 5s are 70. So 14 is the maximum number which is a common factor of all these three numbers. So you have to take the maximum number, or you can say that you have to take the HCF. And hence the highest common factor of this all three numbers is what? Highest common factor of all these three numbers is 14. So you have to take 14. So 14 will come out. Now you can see m to the power 5. That means 5 m to the power 5 is there. Then m to the power 7, m to the power 6. So what is the m to the power which is common in both all the three terms? It's m to the power 5. As because if I take m to the power 7, then this term does not have and this term though that does not have. So I have to take something which is there in all the three terms. So it is m to the power 5, m to the power 4, m cube and m to the power 4. That means m to the power 3. P square, p to the power 7, p to the power 3. Similarly, so it will be p square only. So whatever it remains, we write here. See, 14 and 14 is here. That means nothing remains. So we will not write any number there. M to the power 5, m to the power 5. This also nothing remains. N cube and then your n to the power 4. So I will write here n as because n cube into n is n to the power 4. Okay. Then p square is there and already p square is also here. So no terms remain, only n remains here. Negative as because minus is there. 14 into how much? 42. Or you can say, or you can think like 42 divided by 14. In that way also you can think. So it will be how much? 3. M to the power 7, n to the power 5. Okay. That means m square it will be as because m to the power 5 into m square is m to the power 7. Then n to the power cube and here n to the power cube. So no n will be there. P square p to the power 7. So it will be p to the power 5. Why? P square into p to the power 5 is p to the power 7. And the last term here again minus is this. I'll put here minus. 14 into how much? 70 or 70 divided by 14. In both way you can see. It will be 5. Okay. So m to the power 5, m to the power 6. So one m will be here as because m to the power 5 into m is m to the power 6. Then n to the power 4 and n to the power 3. So only one n remains here as because n to the power 3 into n is n to the power 4. Then here it is p cube and here it is p square. So I will write here only p. Okay. So now you can cross check. Better I will suggest you students only to go for the cross check after getting your final answer, so that if any more step is remaining then you can understand, and you can understand only by cross checking it. Okay. So if you do the cross check, you will find that these all are correct. And see, you can see n, then this 3m square p to the power 5, 5m and p, nothing you can take common more. So this is your final answer. So students, in this exercise we saw that we have to take only monomial as a factor and then you will get the answer. Let us move on to our next exercise. Okay students, in this exercise the main concept is that in all the questions you will get the common binomial factors. In the previous exercise it was common monomial factors. Here you will get the common binomial factors. That means binomial factor means you will get the factor which will contain two terms. Okay, let us solve the exercise. We have taken the three questions here, as you can see in the board. These three questions I will be solving one by one. Okay, so question number 3 you can see. First you have to make sure, and let me repeat, you have to make sure that the bracket part should be same, because if the bracket parts are not same then you cannot take that as a common. Okay, so bracket part you can see is already same here, so we can take bracket part as common. But before that you also have to see whether any common is there in between these terms or not. See, 2y and 3, there is nothing common, so you have to see whether any common is there between the bracket part as well as between the monomial part. Okay, if there is any common you have to take the common from monomial part as well as the bracket part also. So here you can see in the monomial part I have 2y and 3, nothing is common. Only you can see the bracket part is common. And see how many terms are there. You will get two terms are there. This is the first term and this is the second term. First term y plus 5 is there. Second term also y plus 5 is there. So what I will do? I will take y plus 5 as common. Then I will start the first bracket. So whatever remains will write there. So if y plus 5 is taken as a common, so nothing remains, it remains only 2y here. I will write 2y, then negative sign, minus 3. So this is our answer. It's very easy. Move on to the next question. See, you will get here, in the monomial part, you will get 14 and 7. That means between these two numbers, 7 is common. And here you can see 3y minus 5z whole cube. And here it is 3y minus 5z whole square. So 3y minus 5z whole square you can take common. Okay. So what are the things which I can take common here? Between 14 and 7, I can take 7 common. Okay, in the monomial you have to see as well as in the bracket part also you have to see. And in the bracket part you can see 3y minus 5z whole square I can take common. 3y minus 5z whole square. Okay. So this is the thing which you can take common. So if you give the second bracket, let us give the second bracket. Out of 3y minus 5z, 3y minus 5z whole cube, I have taken 3y minus 5z whole square. And out of this 14, 7 is taken common. So what remains here? 2. Then 3y minus 5z whole cube and 3y minus 5z whole square is being taken common. So only 3y minus 5z remains. And here you can see the complete term is taken common. The complete term is taken common. Nothing remains. So that time you will write 1. So if the complete term is taken outside as a common, then nothing remains, you will write there as 1. So now you have to solve this. 7 into 3y minus 5z whole square. Then it will be 6y minus 10z plus 1. This will be your answer. You can express this inside the first bracket also. No problem with that. This is your final answer. Okay, now you can see the next is x into x minus 2z. See, first you have to see whether bracket part is same or not. You can see x minus 2z is same. But here it is 2z minus x. It's not same. So first you have to make the bracket part same. Then only you can take the common. Otherwise you cannot. So what I will do? I will write here x into x minus 2z. Whatever it is. Y into x minus 2z. So if I want to make this 2z minus x minus 2z. Okay. Then I will write here minus. As because if I take minus common, I can represent this as this also. You can see both are same only. Minus into minus 2z, it's 2z, and minus x, it's minus x. So if I take x minus 2z common, I can take x minus 2z as common, as because all three terms have this. X minus 2z common I can take, as because here monomial part nothing is common. So what remains? Only x plus y, and here nothing remains, only minus is there. So I will write here minus 1. So this is my answer. I hope students now it's very clear to you from this. By getting help from these kinds of problems are only there in the second exercise, you can solve the other questions as well. Let us move to the next exercise. Okay students, this is the last exercise and the last method we are going to discuss today in this video. And this method is on for your third exercise. Here the main concept is grouping the suitable terms together. For example, you can see here, there are 4 terms. This is the first term, second term, third term, fourth term. First you have to make a group. That group can be of 2 terms and 3 terms also, okay? But here, definitely, if there are total 4 terms, your group should be of 2 terms. There will be two terms in each group. There will be 2 group and 2 terms in each group. That means total 4 terms are there. So if I take the first term ax square along with this term, I have to see which term should I take. Along with this ax square, which term should I take? I am thinking to take this term bx square, okay? Now you may think like, why I have selected this one, not this one. You could have selected ay square also, no problem with that. But I have selected bx square, why? Because keeping in mind, this term also contains x square and bx square also contains a term x square, okay? Both are common in both the things. So I have taken these two together, okay? Let us give a bracket here. Then plus, the other remaining 2 terms we will write here, by square, as because it contains y square, and plus ay square, as it also contains y square. This was only the reason why I have taken these 2 groups with these 2 terms, okay? Sometimes students, you may do mistake while selecting the proper group. Now how will you understand whether you have done a mistake or not? That I will be discussing a little bit afterwards. First you will see what are the common thing here. It's x square. I will take x square common. So it will be a plus b. As you know this very well from our previous discussion. From these 2, what is the common? Y square. I will take y square here. Inside the bracket it will be b plus c. Now student, this is the most important part where you have to realize whether your calculation is correct or not. The most important thing is that you have to understand here is that this bracket part should be same. In case if you have taken the wrong, if you have made a wrong group, if you have selected the wrong terms together, then what will happen? This bracket part will not be same then. Then what you will do? You have to cut the calculation and then you have to do it again by taking the other terms together. Okay, is it clear what I said? I repeat, if you understand, if you see like the bracket part is not same, if the bracket part are not same, then what you will do? You will just cut this one, erase this one, and then you have to select, you have to make a group again with another terms. Like I have taken these 2 terms together, and if this were not working here, if this is wrong, then I have to take this one with not this one, so this one or this one, okay? I have to take the different groups, I have to make the different groups. The ultimate thing is that the bracket part should be same. If the bracket parts are not same, then you will realize that there is a mistake. Now you can see the bracket parts are same because a plus b and b plus a are same thing only. So I can take a plus b as a common here, and inside the bracket it will be x square plus y square. This is our answer. Okay? As because bracket are same, and b plus a plus b both are same. Move on to the next question. Here you can see this one. Okay, here you can see the bracket part are already not same. Bracket part are already different here. So in this case, what you will do? Definitely if bracket part are not same, you cannot take common here. You have to multiply. We will multiply all the terms. You will see, if I multiply this, it will be xy z square plus xy into 1 xy plus z into x square zx square plus zy square. Okay, so along with this term xyz square, okay, along with this term xyz square, I will take which term? Just you have to understand that by taking which term you will get the bracket part same. So I think if I take this one, it will be good. So I'm just taking this one zx square. Let me see what comes next. So it will be here xy plus zy square. Okay. So what it will be? If I take from these 2, okay, let me solve it here. From these 2, what are the things common? Z is common and one x is common. Okay. As you can see, z and x is common. So it will be y z plus only x remains here. From these 2, what is common? Only one y is common. So x plus zy remains. You see, x plus yz plus x or x plus zy, both are same only, right? X plus yz or x plus zy is equals to yz. X plus zy equals to yz plus x. Both are same. So bracket part is same here. That means my grouping, I have made this grouping, that was my correct one. So x plus zy into zx plus y. You just pay your attention whether anything can be taken more common or not. Can I take anything more common from these two brackets? No. That means this is my final answer. Because many times students do mistake here also. Finally they don't see, and then something is there inside the bracket again to be taken as common. And then if that is the situation, your final answer cannot be this one. Then you have to take the common again. But here you can see the both bracket are completely in reducible form. So you cannot take anything common. Okay, now let us solve this one. Let us make a group ax y square. Along with this, what do you think? Which one I should take? Okay, let me take this one only. Let us see what happens. If my selection is wrong, I will change it. I will take the different one. No issue with that. Mistakes can happen, but the thing is you have to understand whether you have done any mistake or not. Next is 2a square y square plus 6a. So students, you can do mistake. There is a very big chance that while making the group you are doing any mistake. You can do that. But the thing is, later on you have to realize and then you have to take the correct grouping by erasing this one. That is the most important thing here. To correct your mistake is the most important thing. So what it will be here? What is the common? Only x is common and the else is not common here. X common, if I take it will be a y square plus 3. And from here what is the common? 2 and 6. 2 is common here. Then a and a square, that means only a is common. So what remains here? Ay square plus 3. Okay, you can see here bracket part is again same. So it will be x plus, or you can write here, the bracket part first you write. Doesn't matter, bracket part you can write later also. X plus 2a. So it doesn't matter if you write this one first or if you write this one later. Both are same because 3 5s are 15, 5 3s are 15. Both are same only. Here also bracket may vary. It can be first and order may be differing. Okay, no issue with that. So students, this exercise was basically on grouping the terms together. You have to group the appropriate terms together so that the later on your bracket part should be same and then you can finally get your answer. Otherwise, if your bracket part is not same, then you have to erase it and you have to make another grouping of the terms so that later on your bracket part comes same. So students, we have discussed 3 exercises here, first, second and third exercises. All those 3 exercises are dependent upon different concepts. All the different concepts I have discussed here in the video, as well as I have solved few important questions. Hope that you will be able to solve the other questions very easily. So students, if you have any kind of confusion, any problem, you can ask me also. So no issue with that. So students, with the hope that you have understood this video very nicely, that you have understood the concept very nicely, I end up my video here. Thank you.